Hello and welcome back to some more Star Citizen content. We're going to be taking a tour, first look review of the interior of this new ship, the Perseus. I have been waiting for this for a very long time, so I'm very excited to show you guys the rest of the interior of the ship. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave me a comment below to let me know your thoughts about the ship and your experiences so far. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let's get to it here. Okay, so starting off here at the bridge here, so we got so far access to the pilot. We have two MFD screens. So we have one here to the side, another one here to the left side. I don't know why, small critique, why there is another screen right here at the bottom, another one over here. I kind of would like additional screens to just nitpick of mine for the design of this layout here that they chose. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the buttons. So we have access to open interior, and of course I can't see the rest of it, but it just says open exterior. Open exterior. Then we got deploy landing gear that we can play around with. Power on, power off. Engines on, off. That's about it here for controls. Now, I will say the pilot does have access to the top guns on the ship. Let me show you where that's located. And if I did full power to the weapons, it was at 60, now you're at 75. I swapped these out. It's default. It's just like ballistic Gatling guns all around this ship. I put everything else to laser repeaters as my loadout. Let's see here. So besides that, I guess I can do a quick speed comparison, but one sec. So also decoy, you get 50. Noise, you get 20. Pretty decent loadout. They shoot 2, looks like each. So now I'm at 48, and then noise. Now I'm at 18. Full SCM speed. Let me test that. So we're at 49. If we boost it, we're at 349. Okay. Max, we got 1049 for quantum mode. Let me slow it down. And also one more thing, speaking of weapons, the pilot also has access control to torpedoes. So if I switch over to missile mode, we have 20 size 5 torpedoes that we can launch from this ship, and I can queue up to 4 if I wanted to do so. But typically I like to, when I fly ships and I shoot torpedoes, missiles, I like to just shoot 1, try to conserve ammo. So this is what it looks like in just my view. And I will show the exterior of where those are getting shot from. So that's where they're located, as you can see from the outside view. Okay, let's tour the rest of this. Not tour the rest of this thing. Sorry. Very tired today. Had a lot to do. We have access to here. This is the gunner seat. And I'll show you exactly where the guns are located for the gunner seat. I'm going to power this on. So, look for this button right here as a remote turret. It's going to be right next to the right hand, so press that. And this is where the remote turret is located. It's just underneath the ship. Not really good angle besides like directly underneath. Let me see if I can do OG. That's fixed, and I get a little bit of room down here. Not too much to the sides, really. I'll just show third person where it's located. Or not. I don't think it'll let me. But the gun is right there, where it's currently moving at. As you can see at the very bottom there. So that's where that's located. Other than that, you have access to, it looks like, two display. Well, there's, I guess, technically three. A third. This is like the radar. Looks like here. So you can zoom out, zoom in. And I believe this acts as a little radar map to show you where other ships are located when you're scanning and pinging. And gunner can also ping at the same time. I'm seeing like this number go down, so I haven't really tested this, but I'm pretty sure like this just gives you a readout of other ships nearby. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. Now this seat is a co-pilot seat. And you can fly the ship. I don't know if you can quantum. Or I guess you can. Okay. And this seat right here has access to the top weapon. So this will take away... Keep in mind, the co-pilot seat does take away the pilot's capability to fire weapons. So if you want your co-pilot to access the top weapons for more top, I guess, view of the ship, let me demonstrate that exactly what I mean. So you can go move all the way back here, up and down. I press G on the keyboard, so it does give me a little bit more on, I believe this is gimbal mode. This gives you a little bit more flexibility when you're shooting this weapon. If you want another person to have better visibility to shoot anti-fighter targets, that is an option. You see, can't really... You have decent space up here to shoot all around the top of the ship for anti-fighter support. But that's about it for the co-pilot seat. And this is a fuse box. You got a fire extinguisher, very good loadout. So you got, looks like one fuse box. That's one fuse. And this right here is a weapons locker. Cool. I like everything labeled. Awesome. Put some 3 rifles in here, 3 pistols, or multi-tools or med tools. So what is it called? The paramed gun. So that's good. Okay. And what else we got here? So after leaving the... Miss anything else? Nope, that's everything. And over here, we got the ladder of the ship. So this is going to take you all the way down the ship. But before we go down there, I got to the rest of this deck up here. This is actually a really, really cool feature that I heard about. So this is actually an airlock, as you can see here in the labeling. You can press this to open this door, okay? And this is just one door to the airlock, so you can go ahead and actually have a good door security right here for the airlock when you're trying to board the ship. Just for security, you can open the other one here. It's nice, actually. This has a little walkway here if you choose to use that. That is a really cool design. I actually like that a lot, so I like that. That's cool. Here, got main elevator. Suit lockers. Oh wait, these are escape pods. Emergency escape. I read that wrong. I apologize. So these are actually escape pods. Not functional yet, but you get the point. Here we got the captain's quarters. So in here, empty shelves, lovely. Got a bench over there. We got desk. This is the suit locker. Tiny ass window, of course, lovely. Bathroom. Mirror works, surprisingly. I was not expecting that. Cool. I like surprises. Storage locker, you get exactly 1200K worth of storage. So that is a very decent size of space. Cool. Got bed, another weapons locker in here. Put some 2 rifles down there, some 4 pistol slots, it looks like, up here. And, oh, I actually need to look at this and actually sit down. So let's do a sit. We deploy. What does this exactly do? Okay, just closes the door. That is a camera outside the door, it looks like. I can see where it says emergency pods. Can I click anything else here? Nope, it's just a camera to the outside door that's right out there. Okay, cool. That is actually it. I think that's all of it. Let's head downstairs. Take the elevator. The staircase, I believe, goes down all 3 decks. We'll test that in the end. Nope. On upper deck, let's go to main deck. We will start back here towards engineering. Fire extinguisher, that's good. And this is a mess hall. I like the labeling. This is really good. Awesome. Fucking love it. Crew quarters. We'll start here, I guess. Bench. What's this? Toilet seat. The pooper. It does have a shower too. Cool. Working mirror. Love it. Got 6 bunk bed. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6. Each of these actually has storage. Another 1200K storage space. That is a lot. So you got storage right here, storage here. You can access. That's another storage locker. You can access that too. So you have 6 in here. Okay, wonderful. Plenty of space for the crew. And this right here. Where's my labeling? Doesn't really tell me. Okay. So in crew quarters, we have some suit lockers, and we have more weapon placements where we can put stuff. Ooh, I can put a size 3. I can put a railgun here. Awesome. Or a missile launcher. Anyways, you can put a size 3 to basically the bigger gun you can carry. So you can put that one here, and you can put another one here. Put 2. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 spots here on this side for the rifles. We got plenty. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's another 6. So 12 pistol slots, multi-tool slots, all that kind of good stuff that you want to put side weapons on there. Plenty of rifle space, and same exact loadout over here is 2. So it's just basically mirrored. Cool. Suit lockers. That's what that looks like, and I think this is a dead end. Yeah, I don't see a switch over here or any other room in my map, so yep. Okay, let's get crew quarters, and we'll start over here towards engineering. So this is what engineering looks like here. This is the whole room. It's all labeled. This tells you power plant, radar, shields, all that good stuff, all that helpful information when you're trying to fix the ship. This is really nice. I like this room. Of course, coming soon, TM. This is quantum drive stuff. I like how everything is labeled. That is perfect. That's life support. I think that's the first time I've seen a component for a large ship with life support. That's cool. Computer is empty. There's another fuse box here. We got 2 fuses. And over here you have another 2 fuses. That's just mirrored from that room to this side as well. But cool. This looks really good. I think everything's just exposed. I don't see a switch anywhere to close this stuff on my screen. Nope. Okay, we're moving on. Mess hall. Place to sit, relax, chill, eat some food. This is a good place to, yeah, basically store a lot of SU boxes near. No, I'm kidding. It's a cool little spot for a lounge for, I guess, eating if you really want to. There's a pool table. That is cool. It's got some plants, a little nice decoration right there. RSI design. I don't think these actually... No appropriate item. Apparently you can put stuff here. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Maybe decoration? Or weapons? Or decoration. I don't know. Maybe posters? But apparently you can put stuff there on the wall. I don't think you can put anything on this side. Nope. There's a window here. That's about it here. Am I missing storage? No. Just that wall side I pointed out. Okay, cool. These are not buttons. Nope. That is the mess hall. Again, fire extinguisher. Or I know you'll point it out, but there's one here in the main hallway. I didn't see one here in actually engineering, so that is odd that it's missing. No! I really fucking hate doors. Anyways, back to the tour. So, doors can kill you pretty much if you're not careful. But going on, so we're moving towards the escape pod access here. We got another escape pod access there. There's the ladder right there. And to the cargo hold. So here in the cargo hold, so we got a pretty nice like layout look here of down here, the cargo, the ramp. This is a screen that's not useful. That's a fire extinguisher. Other side is a ladder to go down to the cargo. Let's see what else I here. What is this? That sends the cargo lift down. This is a really cool. I like the lighting around the cargo when it actually comes up and when you're actually putting stuff in the lighting. That's really cool. I think this just does the same thing. Yep. Let's see. Over here, we have a fuse box. That's a component. I actually would have not known that if I didn't check that, so that's helpful information. That's a cooler system. You got one fuse here. Looks like that's another fuse box. Yep, same thing. That's the power plant. Oh, it's actually helpful information, so that's where you can access that. Okay, there's one more thing I'm missing here. So if you actually press this button right here, you can press that and it says opened on the left of the screen. And that is the basketball hoop. Yep, you got light right there on the ground showing you the whole lines and everything. The hoop deploys there. And I'm pretty sure the other side it closes. It's got the same function too as well. You can actually just open and close it from both sides. Nope, it's just that side. Okay. So just keep that in mind if you want to play basketball with your friends, just to go to this terminal and press this button. That puts it away. Moving on to the rest here in the front, we got... This is an escape pod, another escape pod. There's a lot of escape pods on this ship. And here, this is the cool room of the torpedoes. So you can have 20 torpedoes that are typically just default are on the ship. You can also, down here, as I get downstairs, load more torpedoes on each side. I'll get a better view of that when I head down there. If you want to buy extra, you can store some extra on stock if you need it. Fire extinguisher. That's some sort of component in the future. That's for shields. Fuse boxes here. You got one fuse. And this is the front gun up here. So pretty nice looking room. Everything's kind of red lighting. I like that a lot, especially in that torpedo. Those two rooms right there. In this main room here. That's cool. I guess I can show this really quick. This is the top gun. You have two weapons to access to. Just demonstrating angles here. Can't shoot the bridge, sadly. Got decent angle up. Not all the way, but it's decent. Doesn't have... So you have the ability to ping if you need to, it looks like. Interesting. I was having issues with that the other day, trying to ping, and it wouldn't let me when I was trying to gun on the ship, so it looks like that's fixed. Anyways, moving on. Let me see if I can take this ladder down. So now we're going to the lower deck here. This is basically a cargo hold. We kind of already showed that. There's some windows here. You can look out the side. I'm not really, honestly, a fan of the windows. It's supposed to be an armored heavy gunship, so the windows are, I mean, they're nice, but it's just weird to me to have windows on an armored ship. Just personally my taste. But they're fine, I guess. It's just weird to me to have that in, like I said, a heavy gunship. We got a docking collar actually on both sides. So one here and one over there. You can close that from here. And you can close the door here. Same thing. This does the exact same function. Even says docking collar right there. Let's see. I think I'm gonna start in the torpedo loading room. Also fire extinguisher. So this was I was talking about. So both of the torpedo rooms in here, you can actually, I love the lighting in here. That is, the red and the black are just, that's such a good color. The lighting effect. So you can actually, if you want to have extra torpedoes, you can load them here on the side. And if you want the extra, knock yourself out. And the same, it's just mirrored. Same exact loadout on here as well when you're looking at the torpedoes. And this is just an elevator. This will go all the way out the ship. So this is like your secondary entrance or primary entrance. And this is where the freight elevator's at. You can take this to go back up. Okay, focus on the remaining last part of the ship. We got fuse box here. We got one fuse. Wow, the components are really just spread out. This is supposed to be a battery system. This is a gravity gen. So you gotta keep in mind actually when engineering's in the game that like know specifically where your ship components are at. If you're gonna be engineer, I was not actually expecting components to be somewhat spread out in this ship on here. So you know, good or a bad thing, take it as you will. It's just how they designed this ship. And back here we have lower turrets. This is cool. I'll just demonstrate this.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the water. System check.
Doesn't really go up from the bottom turret. It just kind of stays there unless you're like at this angle. very much broadside. I was testing this earlier, even like right here towards the engine. This is a terrible blind spot. So just keep that in mind. You just definitely want, if you're trying to focus on top bottom gun as well, just keep in mind broadside going like this is a really good spot. I can go a little bit up to compensate here if the top gun as well try to get line hitting the same target. It's kind of tricky here in this spot. It's like dead exactly in the left or the right direction is where you want to be for this sweet spot for when you're targeting both guns, it looks like here. Again, very much broadside turret defense. You can target directly at the front. Again, it'll just take some practice getting used to the layout of the top and the bottom gun. If you're going to try to focus your target directly in the front, just know where the top and the bottom guns are shooting if it's directly at the front. I guess evenly lined is what I'm trying to say. But it looks like best is just go broadside, I would say. Okay, so that is, I think, all of the ship. Oh, one last thing. I gotta look at the ladder. I said I would. This is just the main elevator. That will go to all the upper main lower deck. This is the bottom ladder right here, and this can actually go all the way to the top of the bridge. Can I actually jump from here to... No, I cannot. Not really a... Can I grab? Nope. Doesn't really work. Okay. I would probably just recommend using the main elevator. But yeah, no, that is going to wrap it up for today, reviewing the ship. Yeah, let me know your thoughts, and hope you enjoyed this and the whole first look and tour of the ship. Again, subscribe if you enjoyed this kind of content of checking this out, and hope you found this helpful information. But yeah, until then, I will catch you on the next one.